ESP might not be for everyone, but if you're a visionary, you're an industry leader, you do interesting things, you're a business builder, it just takes one spark in any marketplace to really set it off.
This episode, we're going to be talking to one of the most influential real estate agents out of the San Francisco Bay Area. He joined EXP in 2020, and he has been a guest speaker at Inman. He's been at the National Associations of Realtor conferences. He's been a master panel for YPN twice. He's been a guest with West and Fidelity, which are the marketing divisions of huge title companies. He is a poster child for technology companies far and wide. And if you follow his Instagram page, you will know he lives a wild lifestyle. He's a foodie. He loves Tito's vodka, White Claws, and selling real estate faster than anyone in the industry. Hey, this is Jessie Dau with the Cloud-Based Real Estate Brokerage, and I have a very special guest on my show today, the fastest agent in all of the land, the fastest agent around, Kenny Trung out of San Francisco Bay Area, primarily Oakland. He comes from Ghost Riding Whips, Scrapers, Too Short, and G-Easy. A rare fact that you might know is this is where Tom Hanks went to high school. So, Kenny, thank you for coming on the show today. How did you get your name, Fast Agent, or how'd that come about?
I had it on a license plate first when I bought my BMW M5, and then hashtags weren't a really big thing. Like, it was just on Twitter. It wasn't even on Facebook, Instagram. And I was like, I don't know, like, I'm just gonna get people to call me hashtag Fast Agent, and then lo and behold, now I'm just Kenny Fast. And I actually applied for a legal name change a couple of days ago for legal Zoom, so I can rename myself Kenny Trung Fast, so I can fall in the DBA requirements. Team names must have your last name. I was like, screw this, let me just change my last name and move my last name to my middle name.
Nice, you're gonna be kind of like Joe Exotic.
Yeah, I guess so.
Awesome, man. That's freaking awesome. Yeah, you'll have to let me know how that goes. I mean, I know of actually some other people. We actually had a client come to us out of Los Angeles. You might know him. His YouTube name is Jesus Christ. And
wow.
He legally changed his name to Jesus Christ. So it was funny when we were doing his doc work with our lender. He said it was just very, very interesting. But yeah, he put it at the courthouse. Now he lives in Oregon. Everything's awesome. So this show is all about hearing top influencer agents and their journey into EXP. A lot of the stories are very similar. But, when did you start EXP, and what really led you down that path to getting there?
Honestly, I was at my original brokerage, Michael James Real Estate, for 4 years. I left there and went to Climb Real Estate about 5 years ago from January. And we got acquired by Realogy, NRT Realogy, 3 years ago with hopes of franchising across the U.S. But something happened in December or January, and it announced that Climb Real Estate was shutting down. And then infused it back into Coldwell Banker. I think it made more for them to put their resources in their big giant than less than 1% of their whole market share at Climb Real Estate. So with that said, they shut it down, and we had about 2 weeks to decide on a new brokerage. So EXP was not like even on my radar. It sounded pretty dumb, and a lot of just bad recruiters. As if you're listening, you have some terrible people in your marketplace that's cold calling you, bombing you on LinkedIn, all the negative stuff you usually hear. But I had a guy named Jeremy Larson, who's my sponsor, that I met at Zillow conference last year. We connected pretty well, and then I was like, hey, this guy's there. Let me at least hold a conversation. And then that week we interviewed the first week we were aware of this, we interviewed 17 different brokerages in the first 10 days.
Oh, wow.
I physically met 14 different companies in person. You want to read my journey? There's a long write-up by T360 at bit.ly/teamfast article. So everything about EXP, like, I'm not gonna talk too much about the other companies, but it was EXP, Compass, KW, and Side that was top of my list. But EXP, I saw some really unique opportunities. Big thing, I'm big in marketing and social and branding, and I think at EXP was the only company out of that outside side that we could market and brand ourselves however we see fit, as long as we're following DBA guidelines. So I can create my own logo and use my own identity, whatever. And that was the biggest draw for me because I built my business through branding. And during my time at Climb Real Estate, I actually recruited about 65 agents.
Oh, wow.
Lifetime, I've probably done like 80 agents now. I was like, well, I'm already a recruiter. I love branding and marketing. Why don't I just use this, like, I don't know, at first at time, like a shitty platform and just try to see how it goes and let's commit for 6 months. And then landed here, and then at first, like, we didn't know what to expect. We were homeless for a month. We didn't have any office. We were working on lobbies and random places. But when we landed at our new office location in Jack London, it was like everything was perfect. Every team member we brought on, we had 12 or 13 at the time, 0% turnover. Every agent that was with me at Climb joined. Every agent that was not on my team, no one else joined. No one at Climb Real Estate joined EXP. It's too much uncertainty unknown, right? Because no one in this area is doing it well. You're like, well, there's just no thought leaders. So when we landed, like, every other company agents are like, oh, we're here, like, announcement with the post. Like, we kept quiet. We didn't even, like, announce anything. There's no, like, oh, we're at EXP now. But we continue to do a ton of business, and it's during that month before shelter in place, and now we're still doing a ton of business.
Yep, totally.
Now, like, the biggest straw I've seen from the outside looking in is like, man, like, really, really, EXP, I feel like the most agents that do come to EXP is usually indie brokers or KW, because they do business a little differently. They're business builders versus your regular agent, high luxury agent, wherever you are in that tier. Less of an attraction to them because they haven't seen the benefits of it. But since I've been here, like, the collaboration has been unreal. Like, everyone at EXP is open to helping everyone at EXP because we're all aligned. Because if I help you, like, we're doing this podcast together, and then you send me a ton of referral business, which super appreciate.
Yep.
But now, like, we're both at the same company, we can collaborate more instead of just sending deals. Like, I want to make sure everyone sees your podcast and your videos, and I'm promoting YouTube agents all the time, even before you were at EXP, right?
Yep.
And that thing. Now that we're aligned in the same company as with other agents, we're all connected and we all want to help each other.
Yep.
Like, I was lucky enough to be asked to be on the Be Different group, Be Different mastermind, like Kyle Wisso, Dan Bear, and Mary Maloney put together. In that half-hour segment, I had like 2,000 views, and then within a day or two, I had like 100-something followers, and that launched me into being asked to do another webinar and another one. And since, like, shelter in place in the last month, I've probably been on or taught like at least 20-something webinars. And I put on over a dozen myself because I've learned how to do the StreamYard and the Facebook and all that from them. If I didn't get invited to be a part of that, I wouldn't know how to do it. And now I'm bringing that to my audience, market. I probably have 5,000 or 6,000 views on Facebook alone in the last week through my webinars. And that's just like first week. It has ever lingering effect. And now I'm collaborating with people with like yourself. I'm talking to other people that, I'm not recruiting anyone, but, we're trying to get, the more value you get, the more you get back at, and then back to my original thought. At EXP, what I've seen is like it's really interesting people that are landing at EXP.
Yep.
You have Correct, the HGTV show. You have a ton of agents that run their own podcasts, like Massive Agent Podcast, Dustin, or Rise Agent Podcast with Neil. People who have their own shows, like people who are doing interesting things, are now at EXP able to leverage their influence or grow their influence and actually make money off that.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, and then I love the fact that I'm not tied to a regional area. Like, I'm not only selling Oakland or wherever, right? Like, me and EXP agents, you're on a national reach. All of us could be national recruiters or national team leaders or national trainers. And the possibilities are like unlimited right now. We're such a brand new baby company. I think we're at 28,000 agents right now.
Yep.
Last December, 26,000. Before that, maybe 14,000. Before that was like 8, and before that was 5, like a nobody. But now the velocity of the company is just doubling and doubling. It's just insane to watch this. I think we're the number one independent brokerage. Oh no, by far we are the number one independent brokerage by unit count. Compass is still volume, which is great for them, but we operate way differently. We're about reach and scale.
Absolutely. So, like, you going back to like the beginning, like you mentioned, like you would get hit up all the time by all these recruiters, and obviously you probably had people reaching out to you from EXP that made you feel that it was like a multi-level marketing business. Did you have those thoughts? And if so, like, what was your thoughts before joining EXP? Because I have found that there's a lot of agents out there listening to my podcast and that I've specifically talked to. And it was a thought of mine that I thought I was entering into this MLM and I wasn't going to be doing any real estate because a lot of people led with that. But once I found the person that led with value, that's what really sparked my interest. So I kind of want to hear what your journey was like and what your thoughts were around that.
Again, EXP was never on my radar. If I look at broker metrics right now, I think there's about close to 400 agents in my MLS. Out of I think 8,000 agents that are EXP. Only 10 of us do more than $10 million a year. So and then what we do see is a lot of EXP agents like cold texting you, cold calling you, or LinkedIn, just like really generic messages. They're like 3 pages long. Sometimes they have the wrong name in there. They're just like.
I just got that twice this week, actually.
Yeah, I got 3 of those this week. But with that said, I love the fact that EXP has had such a bad rep, and it's like what I've learned and seen in many markets, it just takes the right person to spark it there. Like I put them on the map here, and then I've had like a dozen conversations of people who want to align with us. So yeah, so the bad rep is a big deal. But then I knew early on when I was interviewing people, I was like, I'm not going to get recruited by EXP by someone who does less business than me. Yeah. You have to model your business after someone. And somehow I got connected with Jeremy, which is under Kyle and Dan. They're both $200 million team leaders that are still actively producing $200 million. And those are the people I want to align myself
100%.
with. Yeah, like I'm not going to join someone that does $2 million business. Like I did that last week. Like why would, what value? That's the thing that I'm learning now more than ever. Now we're having so many conversations about EXP. Now, granted, your audience, I totally think they should hook up with you. If someone finds me more interesting
100%.
stuff, they should align with me. But what I'm saying, like the group you align yourself is so important, like because then that's a person in your vertical alignment that's going to give you the resources and teach you what to do. Because so like right now, if everyone joins EXP, they have access to all my marketing, they have access to all my systems. If they want to come under my Fast Real Estate brand, which I'm filing DBA for, I'm trying to bring that all 50 states. Yep. Like that's my vision, and I really think I can do it. They have access to that. So like and that's just what I have. And then above who I have is for people who have more influence. They're putting on these bigger events that I'm a part of. So whoever joins with us, we want to be able to hook them up. Right now, like something I'm doing is putting everyone on a webinar, which is just what I've been doing. I've had like 100 guests. But now the special webinars that I get, that you mentioned way early on, that I get lucky enough to be brought on, like Fidelity or West. Now I want to be able to see if I can get some of the pairs or people I work with to be able to get the opportunity to go where I am. So like we're all, like, and then working with you, like I want to do YouTube. Like that's the thing. That right now, like almost 100 subscribers. But now you want to work with people who are doing things that you want to do.
Yep.
And most offices, most brands that you're working with, people are just selling real estate. Like right now, they're not selling real estate. That's it. You sell real estate, you make money. You don't sell real estate, you don't make money.
Exactly. And I love the fact that you brought all that up because like I think that was like my biggest wake up call when I got to EXP was like everyone was reaching out to us. Like we have a pretty big national brand and we scale across the country, world too. But like people were hitting us up like, oh hey, what can I do for you? How can I introduce you to people? We were in Inman last week. We've been on there twice now, and that was like there's someone that wasn't even in my own my downline, but it was just someone that sees the value in what we have and how we can help the whole entire company grow. So that's amazing that you had the exact same experience because I'm actually hearing that from everyone, which is really nice.
Yeah, it's really. I think it really set on fire this year because like some of the big people that came over, like Chuck Fazio, his $1.7 billion company came over in January. I think it was 400 agents. So EXP is landing really. Oh, Jason Ferris, I see him speak all the time. #1 agent in Fresno. He's in my group somewhere. But like when people come like that, it's crazy because you're wondering what are they doing, and then it opens up more conversations. If all these big players in the real estate space are moving over and they're not getting bought, it's like in the way the agents come over are different. They're not. They might not be #1 volume in their market because that's a different type of market. These are like all business builders and broker owners. They're coming over. You really have to ask like what are they seeing that we're not. And the cool part is when those people come over and people like you like come over and people like me, people are like, what the hell's going on?
Exactly.
Like what? And we're all coming over for a reason. And the rev share, the multi-level marketing is a big play. But you realize the commission split. I capped out. I capped out my commission like this week. So I made 80 grand. I pay out 16 grand. I'm almost done for a year. Even if I sell 100 homes, I think I'm gonna be paying them 5 grand. That 16 grand I pay out to EXP, it gets broken down 7 levels above me. So literally, EXP is making zero money from me.
Yep.
And then they do make money from agents that don't cap, which is a lot of agents. But the whole point is like we want to bring over agents to teach them how to cap, teach them how to grow a business.
100%.
And like I'm teaching my agent, all my team, half my team members have their own logos. They promote Team Fast, they'll be on Fast Real Estate, but I want to teach them how to grow a team. I want to teach them how to recruit, and that way they have lingering effects, and I get paid regardless. And that's the EXP model. You help everyone under you. You're not just recruiting, you're attracting the right talent, and you do everything you can and with your time and resources to put them on the map, get them more influence, teach them how to do deals. Because when you do that, your leverage like exponentially growth.
Exactly. And the thing I really like want to touch on, and that's something that you said earlier that I think is probably like one of the most important things if you are thinking about joining EXP. It's like really aligning yourself with the right person. So like if you're a door knocker, you obviously want to be aligned with the best door knocker in the world. Like with us, we're like probably a little bit more entrepreneurial and we're thinking a little bit bigger beyond real estate. So we want to be aligned with those types of people and also connections, because everyone's going to get the same thing at EXP, whether they're coming underneath you, whether they're coming under me, or they're sponsored by someone else in Florida.
Same splits, same icon thing, same shares, same everything. Now, like I've been here, like more and more, I see like the group you pick is like the most important thing you can decide at EXP.
Exactly.
The spreadsheet, whatever, is one thing. So you want to align with people that you think can help you grow your business. That can take the time out of their day to do that. Like I talk to Jeremy, Daniel, and Kyle a couple times a week, and then when we're interviewing really big agents, broker owners, like I get them on the call, and then everyone is a group effort. And then we're not trying to sell this person. We really truly believe that what we have to offer can benefit and grow a person's business. Because my business, I mean, I had 15 webinars this week, and I think 6 of them I've been asked to speak on.
Yeah. And
I'm giving my information away for free, which naturally would attract people. And like, do you want to just get the cocktail hour version? Like we hit each other up, we're drinking, we'll give you some tips, or do you want the day to day, like really, really collaborative to share everything that we do?
Yep, absolutely. And then like, say if like there's a new agent listening, like what's your experience been like with the tools and the resources that EXP offers with new agents?
Personally, I can't speak too much on that, but I know that EXP does offer a KV Core, which is like a top 2 best CRMs. I personally use Chime. I've been using Chime for 4 years. I just can't get off it. It's just my whole life.
You're in their commercials, dude.
Yeah, we're in it. We can't. Oh yeah, the commercial. But yeah, we just all my calls for the last couple of years are on there. Everything's logged.
Yep.
KV Core is great. The Marketing Center is cool, but remember, you can create your own marketing. So my whole design, everything I do is on Canva. And again, happy to share those things with the people I work with. EXP World is great. I've had a couple meetings with my managers. You walk into this virtual Sims world, they're sitting right there. And in the community itself, EXP agents have a lot of their own groups. I'm in the Honey Badger Nation.
Yep.
I think, are you?
Yep.
Yeah, we're both in the Honey Badger Nation somewhere. And I'm in a group called Fast Forward Elite. And like again, EXP is all about the community. So every community might be different. You might have a group that's heavy on Instagram or Facebook chat or workplace. So whatever that might be, you want to hook up with the right people there.
Exactly. And like, so have you ever journeyed into the cloud campus?
Play honest, I've been so busy.
Yeah.
In a good way that I have not had time to like dig in that thing. I have been on like last year I went on 113 listing appointments, like physically. So like this year it's been nonstop, but I've been encouraging my team members to go in. And then like I do all the sales, most of the sales training, and we have a live Zoom chat all the time with our peers. We use Slack all day. People I align myself with. Like I have a training and events channel that started during shelter in place. It has like 100-something training events in there, and I pull stuff from KW and Cold Banker, whatever it is. We pop in there, and I've been able to share that single level channel with tons of random people.
Gotcha.
Because it's all about giving. The more you give, the more you get. I can't measure. I give you this, you give me this back.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah. So is there anything at EXP that maybe they don't have that you wish they did have? They always use more tools, but I have all my own sets, so like I'm not really sure what exactly I would need from them. Exactly. And then like when you got in there, like what was like the biggest like eye-opening experience that you saw? Like when you got in there, you're like, oh my God, I wish I'd have known about this a lot sooner. That could have impacted your business in a positive way.
Knowing the people that I could have reached out to that are in our group, like I had no clue about any of it till Shelter in Place and the Facebook groups going live. I was like, oh, I can reach out these people because they're aligned with the same group.
Yep.
Because they're all helping each other. So that was probably the most important thing. Broker support is key. I didn't know I could just walk into a room and talk to someone.
Yeah.
We always wonder how bad. Oh yeah, your broker must suck. They're in the cloud. No, it's actually better because they're literally sitting in front of the screen. There's like 4 brokers for California. You walk in, they're sitting right there. They can't avoid you. They can't go on coffee break. Like there's whatever it might be.
Exactly.
So that's been really important. And then like realizing that we can operate without an office is kind of crazy. We had an office. I have like a really slick office 2 minutes from here on the waterfront. But no one's stepped foot in our office to use the office for like a month now. And our team is still operating on the basis without the need for that.
Yeah, that's like one thing I've been really thankful for, and I'm sure you have too, is like everything being in the cloud has been very, very important to my business, especially with this whole COVID situation. My business hasn't slowed down one bit. I don't know about yours.
Yeah, not at all either. And realize like I interview with companies. This is pretty normal. Like I interview with Cold Banker and Keller Williams. I think most of those companies take $200 a month desk fee. If you have a true desk office or not, they still charge you. But right now, like if you're aligned with a regular company with Realogy or not, KW, Berkshire, Ontario, whatever it might be, they're all great companies. You're still paying some type of fee for that.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, and so since you did just come over in January, like how has your business taken off since you've been here, or has it still been the same? Because a lot of people hear you saying all these great things. Has it actually impacted your real estate business?
It has. So like, my business has always been growing every year. It's because I bring the right people on.
Yep.
Last year in April, I had 5 people on my team. Right now, I have 17. I'm onboarding 3 more. But within the first 4 weeks of me coming to EXP, I had 8 new conversations from new agents that looked at my team.
Oh wow.
And then I think I had 5 recruiting meetings last week in this like 7-day span, and 4 coming over. One's not licensed yet. So, because people are wondering what you're doing, right? And at EXP is awesome, but that's my backdrop. Is still me. I'm creating all the marketing and all systems and tools. And that's the cool thing about being EXP is the freedom. Like, I'm not aligned with the brand. I need their logo and stuff, but they don't tell me what to do. They don't double check too many things. But I did get flagged for my Team Fast. That's why I had to not use it. That's why I'm legally changing my name. But other than that, like, if you're a business owner, you're a team leader, it just makes more sense than anything else to like do what you're good at and promote yourself. Because the problem with many of the brands out there, you're promoting the brand. I mean, look at your open house sign. Which brand is bigger? Like, is it the size of the font of your logo? Are they the big thing on the sign, or is it you? Yeah. Granted, there are guidelines. Are you even? Like, for me, I'm all about promoting my own brand, but I am powered and brokered by EXP. Exactly. But my clients don't even know what EXP is. They don't care.
Yeah, exactly. What would you say to like an agent that's at 100% cap and only pays like a $300 a month fee and is just hung up on their splits, the 80-20 cap up to $16,000?
Real easy. I mean, at EXP we pay the cap. I pay $20,000 a year, but it becomes a negative cap if you're really good at what you're doing and you're able to use your talents. If you're doing a lot of business capping out, right? That means you know how to sell real estate, and that means you know how to teach grow real estate, and then you might not necessarily want to grow a team or hire admin, but if you can teach and collaborate with other agents and they come on board, you would actually be on a negative split because the agents coming under, you're getting a piece of their pie.
Yep.
And then if they leave you still get a piece of their pie. And then if you teach them how to do things and they teach other people, you get an even bigger pie. So in reality, if you give it some time, you're going to have a negative split. So like example, I have 17 people right now, and I have like easily a dozen people coming to EXP in the next couple months. If I even make $1,000 or $2,000, because everyone caps about $3,000 on the MLL, something like that. If I can make $2,000 an agent and bring on 20 agents this year, then that's like $40,000.
Yep.
So I don't really care that I'm paying them, and if they're successful, they're gonna try more people. So like the thing, you need to be very brave. I mean, it's such like that's why this podcast is really great because you actually hear from other agents. But in most markets, if it's not there already, it's a risk. I forgot like what the proverb was, but I remember someone said like if you go to Africa and no one's selling shoes, oh shit, no one has shoes. I can't sell shoes. No one's wearing shoes yet. You can sell them all shoes. It's like so like the thing is like EXP is not your market. Well, that's good for it could be good for you if you really want to get in. Leverage that. You could be the first that sparks that fire. Because I know like in San Diego, I think there was only like 30 agents in San Diego 2 years ago, because I know Kyle Whistle joined in April, so we're 2-year mark right now. And Daniel was like January, and I think they had like 300 or 400 agents in San Diego. I'm pretty sure they're all like aligned with them somehow. I know in Austin, I think it's like 4,000 agents now. 5 years ago, there was like a couple hundred. So every marketplace, again, EXP might not be for everyone, but if you're a visionary, you're an industry leader, you do interesting things, you're a business builder, it just takes one spark in any marketplace to really set it off.
Oh, 100%, dude. Like, I was like you when you said that you started seeing like all these big people move over, and I was the same way. All of a sudden, I just started seeing like people move over, and I came over like right at the same time you were. And I remember hearing like you were going over. I was like, oh, you wouldn't be making a dumb decision. Like, I know you do a lot of research and you're very analytical like I am. So I was just like, all right, like this has got to be a safe move. And then I literally just got my first revenue share check yesterday. And it was only on one deal because in Oregon, all of your purchases stay at the brokerage that you were with until they close. And I don't know if it's the same way where you're at, but we finally just had one deal close at EXP. And on the one deal in my downline, it was $279. So, I mean, that was 100%.
I got like a $700 check yesterday, but I mean, it'll add up because, we just joined, but
yeah, I'm
saying my team caps out. Like I should be bringing like $30,000 this year just on the rev share, not even the deal flow. Like
exactly.
Now my team's like bringing on more people that are interested in what we have to say. And my team is not closing or recruiting those agents. I am. And if I need someone really big, I need influence. I reach out to my uppers because they're doing hundreds of $1 millions. Like that's the whole point. Like we're in it together, and like we're not recruiting. We're attracting the right talent.
Exactly.
We're pushing our high value proposition, and we're showing all things we're doing with collaboration, the marketing. Like you with your podcast. Now you're able to scale what you were already doing with the video marketing. Now you have a national reach. So I think like this more than ever. Like now, when people are rethinking what they're doing at home, like I think people want to be online more, want to be visible. So would you want to align yourself with some random person in your marketplace that doesn't do any business, that's trying to recruit you? Or would you want to reach out to maybe a different agent in a different market, such as Jess or myself? Could we feel like there's certain things we can do to power your business? Like if someone wants to get into video and podcasting, dude, like you need to talk to Jessie all the way. That's all they do to build their business. If you like more systems, like more marketing kind of thing, maybe I'm the right fit.
Yep.
But things like if you come with us, I'm talking to Jessie all the time, and he's getting everything I have. Like it's all collaborative. So like I think that's a crazy thing is community based because we're all trying to make money. We're all trying to help people make money so we can make money.
Exactly.
No, that model is not true for 95% brokerages. Like a lot of different brands. It could be Coldwell Banker, it could be Realogy, it could be Keller Williams, but every office is independently owned a franchise. You have offices competing for the same talent, 15 minutes from each other with different splits. It's they play nice, but in the day like. We're doing this on a national level, and we're able to support each other because we don't have much of the same overlap in the audience, but we're both growing the audience, and we will. But in the day, like there's so much out there.
I know. I couldn't even believe it. Like in my first week here, I mean, like we just literally got catapulted into the limelight in like a week, and it literally felt like I was like I had some like a thumb on me in my other brokerage, and literally, they always tell you you're making a bad decision when you're leaving. Everyone hears that. You were in a different situation because your company was. It went away. But what everyone always says, like, you're making a bad decision. You're not going to be successful. And as soon as I got here, dude, it was literally like the gates opened wide up. And I was like, oh my God, like this is insane. Like all of these Facebook groups through Workplace, all of these networks, all of these people inviting us in. And we were actually going on to podcasts because I will cold email podcasts to try to get our business more exposure. And as soon as they found out we went to EXP, I didn't even know that they were at EXP. And then like, hey, we need to introduce you to X, Y, and Z, which is how we got led to Inman, which was really cool.
Yeah, a lot of people I didn't even know EXP. Now I know like, what? Wait, they're there? How long have they been there? I don't know if it's a good thing or bad thing. They don't actively promote EXP. They promote themselves, and they do such a good job. Like EXP is in the backdrop, but like at the end of the day, like you want to do what you need to do to grow your business.
Exactly. Cool, man. Well, I really appreciate all of those insights. What would you tell any agent out there listening right now that is maybe thinking about making the move or maybe even just getting their real estate license and looking for somewhere to go?
I mean, there's no commitment. Like I have interviews all the time with agents. You want to hear more about it? And then like I would, so like the way I attract talent for my team, like I don't recruit. I never send a second email. Hey, just check me in. Do you still want to join? I just don't have time for that. I'm constantly bringing on like interviews. How I brought to my team would be how I would explain the EXP to, if they're interested in joining. Talk to people who are there already. If you're interested in joining my team, don't talk to me. Talk to agents on my team. I have like 20 team members. Like DM them, ask them what their experience is. Because if I talk to you, it's going to be a pitch. Like no matter how I talk to you, it sounds like a pitch. And I suggest talking to people in other markets how they liked it. But this is why I like that before we got here, most agents here are pretty terrible, which helps us because that actually suppresses the people there. So now when people want to join, you want to be the person in your marketplace that people go to first just to double check if it's a good fit. And if you can do that and you're influential and you just, you're a business builder, it could be you. And when you imagine I was first in San Diego, 300 agents, now 4,000. Well, that could be 2,000 people in your downline. You can retire within like a couple of years.
Exactly.
And then the cool part about what we're doing right now, we're building a residual. Yes, you can go spend 10, 20, 100 grand saving up to buy income property to maybe cash flow a couple $100 a month. Or you can go here and leverage what you have already, which could be your influence, your podcast, your video, your marketing, and bring on agents and help them build their business. Because if I stop selling real estate tomorrow and my team still maintains the level they are, I could probably retire. I'm talking about just this first year. When I make 40, 50 grand and bring on 20 more people, that could be like 100 grand this year. And then that's literally like 1 year of work. So everything I'm doing right now has exponential value. So if I bring on 100 agents by next year, I could, be a multimillionaire in a couple of years. Not selling real estate, but of course you have to continue selling real estate. to build your following, to get more attention, to like have opportunity to talk to people like yourself and myself, to be in more of these things.
Yep, absolutely, dude. No, I couldn't agree more with that. And I'm over here smiling because like I've been through it all, dude. And I hear the same story over and over, and it does make a huge difference about everything that you said. And when the one thing that really got me is that you said that you do not send any follow up emails, and that was the one thing that really surprised me when I came here. Is not one person ever sent me a follow up email, and I was like, huh. I'm like, if it's that great. These guys don't have time to be sending me follow-up emails and bugging me, because if they were bugging me, I'd feel like it was more salesy. But they did always, recommend me to talking to other agents. And, I spent a year looking at it, and I did a lot of due diligence, and
I spent 1 week.
Huh?
I spent 1 week.
Yeah, you were in a different situation, like I said. But, this has been a fantastic conversation. And I will say, like, I have sent Kenny a lot of business in the San Francisco Bay Area. And his business model is amazing. I have a current client with you that you guys put the house on the market. It didn't get the offers you wanted. You guys restructured and put it back and kept it on the market but raised the price, right?
Yeah.
And you guys got multiple offers again, correct?
Yeah, we were on for $850. We did 4 virtual tours. Had 20 people look at it. Had 8 offers come in the first day. We market trend showed we were pricing so, but we didn't hit. But we upped it by $100,000, and then we were in contract and continue to move, and hopefully they're going to be moving to Portland very, very soon.
Oh, absolutely. So this is a client I've already worked with in the past. Helped them buy one house. Now they're selling their primary to buy another primary. But I've given Kenny lots of deals, and I will say that all of my clients rave about his professionalism, communication, the way that they do business. And I have other clients that have decided to work with their own agent down there, and it's going right now where they can't even get one offer on a $200,000 condo in Oakland, and he sold a condo next door that got multiple offers. So I just know for a fact that he does top level service, and the commissions are never really negotiated. They're always like 6% listings if I'm not mistaken. But they see the value in what he offers. And as an agent up here, even I fully have 100% confident that he's always going to close a deal, which is why I consistently send him business down there. So I can
really appreciate. I mean, because I'm like, oh shit. I mean, that's why I know your YouTube channel is crushing. I think I was like 4 down subscriber. Like this guy keeps saying his business, and we're just working as fast as we can to handle that flow. Yeah. And one comment is like, we're talking about EXP. Realize you could come to EXP now. You can come later. You can never come. But in the day, like you as an agent, as a business builder, you still need to grow your influence and following and systems. And the more you do that right now, if you decide to make the move at some point, you're gonna bring the whole crowd with you. It doesn't matter what your logo is right now, who you're with. If you build your identity and you grow that, it makes your job way easier if you do want to attract talent later on at our brokerage.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, that was the big thing with me too. Is I've always promoted myself as real agent now, and at KW, my previous brokerage at Next Home, like they were always giving me so much hassle for that, and I just didn't care. I just took the ref all the time because I knew eventually I'd get somewhere where it allowed us to flourish that brand name and that brand. And now, I mean, I was glad I've been doing it for the last couple of years because now, just like you can really let it flourish.
Yeah, like Side Real Estate, really cool brand. Back in January, they already had 200 brands, and the way they're doing it, they're building like teams that look like brokers, with their own brands. I think they have like 500 agents for 200 brands. But that's the business model everyone's going towards. Everyone wants you to identify yourself. Even KW is KW, but they're launching an indie version. I think they charge a small fee, but they'll let you use all their tools.
Yeah.
So if the future of real estate is you, and if you want to promote the company you're with, and that's not a bad thing because then you need that leverage and push. Like props like Compass, they have the best social media posts in the game for a brokerage, and you're using that to get business, and great. But at some point, you need to evaluate what it is that your broker offers, what the sales manager is offering you, the team leaders, co-agents. What are you guys doing differently to separate you from the crowd? And I think this is why we're here. You're doing a podcast. I'm doing 15 webinars this week. And we want to help other people to get to this level because we're always chasing a bigger goal and bigger things to do. And if you want to at least show the way and lead the path for people to get to at least where we are or close to.
Exactly. And I've honestly talked to like hundreds of agents that are going to retire because when I first got into real estate, I was like, oh, there's people that are going to retire. They need to hand their business off. And you wouldn't be surprised how many of them either A, didn't have an exit strategy or B, a retirement savings plan. And they were really blown away that I was going to give them all these referrals for all their business that they were just going to give away. So this is the way that I look at this is in the same way I look at YouTube is you're building a brand for a very long-term purpose, So at EXP, if you leave or you retire, you get the revenue sharing until you pass away, and then your family gets that until your downlines fizzle off. So I mean, realistically, this thing could flourish for the next 60, 70
years. That worth a lot. I bring up retirement a lot to my agents are younger, but I mean, the average price here is like 700, 800 grand for a house, and when you're putting 25% down, it doesn't cash flow. So like I'm telling, and then one thing too, you think about like commissions are going to be suppressed. Companies like Zillow and Realtor.com are taking 25, 30% on the lead. UpNest, HomeLight, I'm on all those sites. The commissions you're gonna get is smaller and smaller and smaller. But then with this rev share model, the commission, yes, is smaller, but the commission that gets paid out is going to my upline. And then one thing too, if you're a team leader, a broker owner, or indie, really to think about, which I think is huge. If you're able to come over to this brand and then the future recruits or you stagger a certain way, agents under other agents, like those agents are locked in like a golden handcuffs. If I had my next 3 recruits, I put it under the downline for my top producer, that could be a couple grand, $6-7 grand a year for the rest of his life. I don't think he's going to leave this company because I've set him up for success.
Exactly.
And that's a year for rest. And then like you see how that works. Like if you're an indie broker, the turnover rate is going to be much slower if you're able to like feed those people. And then that's like your retirement plan, and then those older agents phasing out, if you can get on and mentor people, hand off your deals, you might lose something up front, but then you're also kind of easing yourself out, but now you have a downline play. Wouldn't it be great to collect 10, 20 grand for the rest of the year? Because maybe your pension doesn't play that,
exactly.
Right? And you need a couple agents doing okay, not even like fantastic, doing okay for that. And you're like, that's just the first year, and it goes and goes. And then I think this is why the model is so great. It's like very, very long term if you know how to play it right.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the one thing that I love that I hear people say all the time. It's like we get a lot of agents that tell us like, oh, I don't want to go work for EXP. It's publicly traded. All these things, like they're not making a profit, blah, 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 blah. And I've heard it all. I've worked for many Fortune 500 companies. A lot of people that talk like that don't understand the realities of the situation. So I don't really combat what they're saying because I don't want to go down those roads. But I love it. Like when they talk about, some agencies being, single owners. And I like that someone said, yeah, that's right. That single owner is making all the profits and no one else is getting any other money on that. That's what like you said that you've recruited about 80 agents at your previous brokerage, and I'm sure you probably didn't make the same amount of money over there on your.
Oh, I made almost no money in my first 3 years. I didn't even know. Your managers will hate me for this, but if you go to nrtrewards.com, you sign up for a program, and there's an NRT affiliate friend. I think it has to be a non-franchise, but if you recruit agents, you can get 2% of the deals, no cap, for the first year, and 1% on. So then that was a model that later that my company started promoting. I think other companies did too for retention, because Compass is really big here. They own 40% market share in San Francisco. So they came and pretty much crushed every company. It's great with market bonus and stuff. But realize now that I feel like I have something to compete. If I bring people on and I'm good at recruiting and building agents, not stick them in under my agents, they're kind of getting like a marketing spend every year. I don't care what you do with that because I'm not giving you that money. It's coming out EXP's pocket. And when you continue to do that at scale, like everyone's a winner. Like where is the agent-owned brokerage? So the better my agents do, I do better, and everyone does better. Like the community, that's where the community base is. There's no reach. There's no like geographic area versus, and then rev share is great because you're getting it from ESP's cut. If you're any company that has like profit share, there's probably no profit for next year, right? Because we're actually the companies are losing money. I think Compass had actually I saw it for a fact. Compass put their revenue will probably drop 50% this year, but they laid off 15%. ESP laid off 15% of staff. Redfin laid off 40%. There's no profitable company. So really evaluate again, like if one of your revenue models or residual base was from the office, you're not gaining this year.
Exactly.
Yeah, even like most businesses are going to suffer. And then you got to really look at your business building. What if your office lays off managers and cuts down on support admin to keep alive? Then what are you getting? Because you're not getting a better split this year. In fact, they're probably going to reset their split even further so they can stay alive.
Exactly. And I've heard of some agencies out there like saying that they're going to reduce the cap and the splits next year, but that doesn't do anything for you today. And that's just a leverage tool to try to keep the agents inside of the brokerage, which I don't think is a very, good ploy. But, I think the people like yourself, myself, and all these other big thought leaders and people that are thinking for the future made the move because they saw something so much greater on the other side of the fence. And people always say, the grass isn't always greener on the other side. It's greener where you water it. But I do know for a fact that the minute that I got here, my business completely changed. And if you are an influencer type agent, you will do nothing but flourish over in this atmosphere.
Yeah, if you're not, I mean, even if you're not doing heavy production yet or amount, remember if you're influential and you're open, you want to be seen, you're comfortable on the camera, you like talking about what you do, that's gonna get more conversations than someone that simply just does a lot of business. 'Cause a lot of agents do business, but I've been in enough webinars where I can see the top agents just don't like talking. They have their persona, they have a certain identity, look at me. But now, like, get them on Zoom, it's like, oh shit, like now you see the real people, right? So it's just me and you are probably more interesting on camera than off. But this is where it actually makes us thrive even more to attract more talent.
Exactly. Awesome, man. No, I couldn't be more thankful to have you on here and getting a good insight into your business in the Oakland market. Once again, this is Kenny out of Oakland, San Francisco Bay Area. If you guys have any referrals or just want to have a conversation with him about, possibly teaming up with him.
I'm an open book. Anything you guys need, just hit me up.
Yeah, I've been talking to Kenny for a long time, even before we were both over here. And I met him through, I saw him through West and then also on some other stuff, but then we connected through Instagram. So it's kind of where our relationship started. So, with that said, if you are looking to making a cloud brokerage your next move, please don't hesitate to reach out for a confidential consultation, whether it's to me or to Kenny. We got your back. And honestly, we have so many people hitting us up every single day in our network. Like Kenny said, he had 15 Zooms this week. I myself have had 10. We absolutely love just helping people grow people. You can text us, email, DM, or even send that pigeon carrier. However you want to get a hold of us, we got your back when making that agency decision. And until next time, we'll catch you later.
Awesome, man.